All right, guys, welcome to the Media Hijacked podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris, Unholy Jesus. Yeah.
Tuesday, family.
Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to another episode of the Media Hijacked. This is episode 249. And before we get started, if you guys want to get some official Media Hijacked t-shirts like this one that Billy Waters is wearing, head over to the MediaHijacked.com, grab you some official t-shirts, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, give us that 5-star frog splash. All right, let's get started. And before we get started, so I want to talk about the passing of one of our very close friends who was a guest many times on our show. One episode in particular will be episode number 50. You guys can go back. You can look at Shellshock. He went by Shellshock on Twitch, but his real name is Christopher Shelburg. And he passed recently on New Year's Eve. And I just found out just a few days ago.
Yeah, December 31st from what I saw from his Facebook. Crazy, man, because I had sent him messages after that, too, and he never responded. And I was kind of like, And I didn't say anything or didn't think nothing too deep into it. But I was kind of, he's usually kind of like responds pretty quick when we shoot each other, like just memes and stuff back and forth. It's like a shooting gallery. Right. How we just like threw memes at each other and stuff. So, yeah. And then so what had happened was that day when I found out about the news, like me and Melissa, we was like on the way to the mall. We had to like return like a Christmas gift. And while we were getting out the car, for some reason I got on my Facebook. I don't know. I just sometimes I get on Facebook and I jump off of it, like do two scrolls and I'm off because I'm like, okay, Facebook ain't that damn interesting to scroll more than 3 times. But I got on there and then somebody get on Facebook right quick. And I got on and I scrolled twice and I saw that a mutual friend of ours had posted that he had passed away. And I remember I was kind of like, my hands were shaking. I was like, wait, hold on. And then I was trying to like, and then like Melissa was right there. She's like, and she knew who Shellshock was too. Not like personal, but she just knew of him through just how he was on the show and just who how I knew him personally and how I met him. And I remember hitting you up. I was like, man, I think something bad happened. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I didn't want to jump the gun on it.
The moment you texted me, you're like, hey, did you hear anything about Shellshock? I was like, no, why? And then immediately I thought, instantly, I was like, something bad happened.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting for the text.
And then honestly, I didn't know what you would probably know. Maybe you saw something online. Maybe like, I don't know. I didn't know. I just saw a panic. I was like, did you hear anything? Because I didn't know. And I just asked somebody else, like, nah, what happened? Like, had no idea. And then I found out on my own by going through his Facebook social media and just seeing, like, all the condolences and whatnot to his family. Sad passing, man.
Crazy, man.
Great guy, man. Funny guy.
Remember
the first time I worked with him, man. I had a blast. That's how I kicked it off with him. Funny guy. And all it was, our first day on shift with each other was like back in 2010 when we were deployed. We just roasted the shit out of each other on post. That's how we first met each other. We just roasted each other just talk about each other's skin complexions. He roasted me with some shit, and I was like, man, you look like the color of a waffle. Like, we would just roast each other all day at work, man. And that's how we became friends, man. It was funny.
That's him, because like I know, because we had the group chat like in Instagram and all the reels that he'd be sending. I was like, yeah, this is on brand.
Yeah,
from what I know him from, the Twitch chat and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and he always came like in the Twitch chat. Like, I mean, we barely have people in here. He was one of the many few. Him and Bob was there a lot.
Yeah, he brought
like
in
a lot of beginning. Yeah, and he always came like with the topics. He gave of all these topics, and like I said earlier, he was on our show a few times. I would say like maybe 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times. He was in the chat,
but I'm not going to pick up. She's going to talk about the squirrel again.
Because for the most part he was in the chat, but yeah, he popped up in the show about 3 times as a unofficial like third hostess, if you will. And then I remember over time too, he kind of did his own thing on Twitch for a little bit. But I remember the reason why he couldn't do too much with us because he had got a new job, I think, and I think he moved into another state,
right.
His schedule became completely different. So, but he still checked in every now and again, man. Watched the show, had comments. He even helped me out with some topics sometimes, like, hey, you got a topic, like threw a topic my way a couple times.
Yeah, I remember. I remember me and him were talking, right? And we're like, let's surprise Chris. And then like he was on Discord, but he was like in the background, and you didn't even know he was on. And then we started the show, and then he started talking.
Yeah.
He was like, "You didn't even know I was here."
No, not at all.
Oh yeah. And then like I have like a story because I remember we talked about the whole fake bird stuff, like birds are fake, right?
The robots.
So on the day he passed, right on the 31st, I remember what happened to me on the 31st. Like I was walking like outside, right? It was dark. It was already dark already, and birds don't fly at nighttime. Dude, a bird flew between my legs, man. It flew between the legs. I felt like the feathers, and then it flew from under my legs. I was like, "What the fuck was that all about?" And then the first thing I thought was like, I hope everything's okay. Cause I was like, I wonder what sign this is. But I remember that shit because that was like one of the highlights of that day was that bird flying under me. Cause I remember that. And then when I found out what happened, like with Shelburg, with Shellshock, I was like, "Oh, that's the same day that bird flew under my leg." And I was like, "That's weird."
Bird is free.
Yeah, he's probably like, "I'm here. What's up?
What's up, world?" Woo.
Yeah, I thought about all that. It's like a lot of weird shit. And then like something weird happened today because it's for a few weeks where I couldn't find this shirt for a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, where the fuck is my Media Hijacked shirt? I can't find it. So I was in my closet, right? Dude, that shit just fell from the top of the shelf. Like it fell down on its own.
Damn.
And I was like, what's this? I put it up. I was like, oh shit, I found the shirt.
Damn.
Yeah. And then the first thing I thought, I was like, Shellshock, you helped me find my shirt.
Tripping. Why not wear? See, I've been so busy with shit today. I didn't even realize to not even wear my damn Media Hijacked shirt. I'm tripping. If there was a day I should have worn it, should have been today. My bad.
Yeah, you're bad. No, it's all
My
good.
bad. Fucked up.
Like another thing,
I just
like,
got out of work.
Man, because he is in our generation, right? Like he's like 40 years old, right? When he passed.
Yeah. He's only like a
he's
week.
Like in our generation. And we're gamers at heart. And the one thing like I was like mad about was he didn't get the chance to play Grand Theft Auto 6.
Man.
And I was like, I was so mad at Rockstar. I was like, fucking Rockstar, like, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you taking so damn long to release the game? Like, we're all been waiting to play this for a long time now.
So many, cause me and Shellshock, we're friends on PlayStation Network. Like we've been friends for a while now, and I played a couple games with him. That one World War II game, which was pretty dope. I played with that with him. It's an incredibly long game. These matches are incredibly long, but man, and you don't really. It's not about so much getting kills. It's more about advancing the team up and all that stuff, and grabbing checkpoints. And so I played that with him a little bit. But he always like the last game I remember seeing him playing on PlayStation 5, which I was checking the other day. Last time I saw him online was actually November. Was the last time I saw him online. But he was playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Damn.
That's the last game I saw him on there. And I was like, you getting back on that shitty game? Like, are you playing this game again? Because I dipped out of that game. That game was crashy as hell, man. I could barely finish it, but but I guess I heard it's better now with all these patches and stuff. So he was playing that again. And,
yeah.
And,
but like I was saying, like to Chris, like in the text, I was telling Chris, I was like, how, like all the weird stuff we talk about on the podcast, like with afterlife and stuff like that, all this weird, what happens on the other side, different realms and stuff. I was thinking, I was like, okay, like since Shellshock is there now, right? Like he knows all the truth, he knows everything. So the first thing I was thinking, I was like, damn, like Shellshock is like, damn, fucking Billy Waters, he was wrong the whole time.
Well, he was right.
He's like, this motherfucker was wrong the whole time. Yeah, and then I started laughing.
Everything is true.
Yeah.
Everything is true.
Yeah, but like, shit, I know he saw what I saw. I know there's more. Like, that's why, like,
Man, much more.
Like, I know, like, he's good, Like, the only thing that bothers me is, like, what he left behind here. Because the people that suffer is the people that's still living.
Man, that's the hard part.
That's what I feel bad about. Because he has one kid.
Right? Yeah, he has a son. I think his son's name is Jaden. I always wanted to meet his kid, too. Because this kid looks like just a sweet kid. But I actually shedded some tears the other day when I found out he passed away. And a lot of it was towards his son. Because I lost my father just around almost the same damn time, almost a year or two, where
Right.
Shellshock passed away at because my dad passed away like December 29th of
Damn.
2024, and so I shed a little bit of tears for his son because I remember when my father passed away, and this is me at 39 at the time. And I remember just feeling so vulnerable because my dad was like that dude since the day I existed into this reality. That my father has always been like the provider and the protector of my family. And now that he was gone, I felt like holy shit. I felt like my skin got ripped off and I was exposed. Like I had no shield around me, no nothing. And after a while, like after I had talks with my uncle was like, hey, like, now you're the face of your family now. Like you have to step up and be, in this position. And I felt like I was reluctant about it at first, but over time I was like, man, this is how life is. I need to accept the fact that like, hey, I need to start being the protector of my family now with my mother and my sister. Like my sister, she got a husband and everything like that too. But I feel like it's still a responsibility to check in and make sure they're okay as well. But I'm glad my sister's married a great guy. Like, I don't have to keep checking in, like, make sure he ain't beating her ass. Because my sister's husband's a fucking awesome guy. So that alleviates a lot of pressure for me having to get in the way and stuff like that. So, but shout out to my brother-in-law and all that. Because he alleviates a lot of this pressure of, like, shit, this is all on me now as, like, the face of the family. But, and I feel for his son, man. The world's a scary place. I remember after my dad passed, I was like, "Oh my god! Like I have to stay here, and this world's getting crazier." And I kind of feel that way for his son too. It's like, man, like the world just became a scarier place for him. But if he has like the right people around him, then he's gonna be just fine. It's just that it sucks, man. It sucks losing a parent. It is awful.
Yeah, I started to feel like we're like at that age now, like when we're gonna see like more of the people that we know that's gonna pass.
Yeah, man. Mine's been going on for about a good like 5, maybe 8 years stretch now. Where I've seen like friends who I used to be in the military with, and they just like I had 2 friends. One died from a heart attack, one died from cancer,
Damn.
and several other ones from suicide. And then with a shell shock situation, I'm not sure how he passed away or anything. But yeah, it's like man, like fuck, like I've my anxiety makes me feel like the walls are closing in some days, and I just need to relax. Like, hey, this is just a natural thing of life. People, hey, look, every time has its season, man, and don't feel like the walls are closing in and the death is coming for you next, Chris. Like, relax, like,
Right,
just relax.
because it's already written out.
Yeah, right.
Shellshock's like, hit that like
Hey,
button. It's
yeah,
written out.
that. Yeah, like and
It's
subscribe.
written out. Adjustable Bureau, like whatever that movie's called. That
It's
shit's
adjustable
real. That shit's real. That shit's
It's really
everybody
real.
has that event marker, dude. Like, boop, this is your time right
It-
here. And man, what else was crazy is like if you actually go back to Shellshock's Instagram page and his last post was like the most peaceful post I've ever seen.
The
him
holding
post
hands
it.
one, right?
Yeah, him and his girlfriend, and he's just laying in the grass. He's laying in the grass with his eyes closed, like all
Looks so
peaceful. I was like,
yeah.
yeah, that's a post to go out on.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I was just watching this movie recently called Together. It's on Hulu, and it's a crazy movie. It's not this. Long story short, there's a part in the movie where there's like this couple, and they're looking at the Facebook page of another couple that went missing and died, and they looked at their last post, and they said, if you die today, what would be your last post that people are going to remember? Like, because people are most more than likely look at what's the last thing you posted.
Yep.
What's the last post is going to remember you for? And it was kind of like throwing jokes back at like the couple that was like, having this conversation with each other. There was like, that's kind of a sucky way to go out. And if I have a post, I want to be like epic or whatever. And it's kind of like, man, like, and I just saw that scene after finding out that Shellshock had passed, and I saw his last picture. And I'm like, man, like when will your last picture be? When is your last post gonna be? I guess, man, like
That shit, it pulled my heartstring. Like, I was like, oh my God. I was like,
picture.
he went out like on he's like the best last post. Because that post looked so peaceful, man. It looked like he was at peace.
Yeah, it's
Like,
beautiful,
not
man.
a worry, like a care in the world. I was like,
Like he was in heaven
damn.
already, man. Like he was in heaven already,
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I was like, it's so eerie at the same time.
man.
That makes you like wonder. Because I was thinking about that also. I was like, if I see my friends post stuff like that, I was like, it might be near. Like all these peaceful, happy pictures, like them at the beach just on the swing. I was like, oh shit. I was like, they might die soon. Which is a crazy thought, right?
That was insane. I don't post. I don't even want to post nothing nice now,
dude. You know what's crazy about this whole thing, right? You know, all that was like going through my head. It's like, damn, life's so short, dude. I started getting Instagram advertisement on life insurance.
I've been seeing that pop up lately too.
I was like,
yeah, life insurance policies.
I was like, if I pass, like what? Like the family can get like $3 million. I was like, that would cover like my funeral easy.
I saw that, like I saw an ad for it on YouTube. I've been seeing like a couple ads for it on YouTube, and I think on streaming services saying like talking about like life insurance policies, and then the conspiracy part of my brain kicked in. I was like, what if you're trying to feed off of people's fears and anxieties that the world's about to end or some shit's about to hit the fan? But it's really not. It's kind of like an engineered thing to get people to sign up for life insurance policies. So it's like a weird like the world's ending.
You never know, right? You really never know.
Right.
Bob said it went down $500,000 for her. Yeah, so her family only getting like $500K, which is still good. That covers the whole funeral.
I mean, look,
it covers Jace's new computer.
It covers everything. Wait, you sure? I don't know if that covers.
It covers Jace's new computer and a new house for him and his girlfriend. Yeah. Let me get $100K. But yeah. Okay, you got anything else you want to say about this?
Oh man, see you again, Shellshock. We'll see you on the other side, man.
Hey, we'll see you soon. If it's in the dream world or in the afterlife, whatever you want to call it. But I hope his dear, like on the other side, be like, "What's good? We out here. We're meeting now, you know." And
I'm here with the Backstreet Boys, man. They were doing a concert in heaven. Like fucking, this is the end.
Okay, so before we jump on topic, we're gonna do a moment of silence for our homie Shellshock. Shellshock, yeah. Let's go. All right. Rest in peace, homie Shellshock. Let's go.
Man. Rest in paradise, man.
Damn, man. That shit is crazy, dude.
Man, I was scared to even bring it up to you. I was scared to even want to acknowledge the fact that he passed. So random.
That shit was so chilling, man. Like, it was heavy. Like, I told you, like, right when you texted me that, I completely turned everything off. Turned the TV off, everything. And I was just sitting heavy in thought. I was like, damn.
Yeah, when I found out I had to, like, act normal in public. I had to exchange and purchase. So I was like, I had to get, like, to, like professional mode. But as soon as I left, I got home, I was like, God damn, that's all I kept saying. Like, I would stop, go about doing my everyday life shit around the house, do what I got to do. And I would stop and be like, damn it. Every time he popped in my brain, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
he was like, just took the wind out of me. Yeah. When I'm driving home, I'm thinking everything. I was like, damn. Right. But let me, I'll take a leak real quick. We come back. We're going to start on the main topic.
Let's get it.
Be right back, guys. For the main topic of the night, let's go. Chris Unholy.
Let's get it. Where's my notes? All right. We're going to talk about a fun time travel story. I feel like we haven't talked about one in quite some time.
I love anything dealing with time travel. This is like my bread and butter right here.
Yes, this is cool, man. I love time travel too. It can get messy, but I love it. I would never do it. I'm scared I might step on a butterfly or a caterpillar or an ant.
Bad butterfly. Like, oh shit, Hitler's still alive.
Like, oh my God.
Damn.
He's here? All right, so the topic for tonight is going to be the time travelers of Versailles. All right, so this happens back in 1901, August 1901 to be specific. Two well-educated English women, Charlotte Anne Morbely and Eleanor Jourdain, visited the Palace of Versailles, specifically the grounds of the Petit Torino. What is meant to be a pleasant afternoon walk turned into one of the most strangest alleged time slip cases in all of recorded history. Now, I will say going forward though, the reason why that this story has a lot of credibility behind it, and Billy, you've mentioned this plenty of times before too, either with like UFO abductions or just strange events that people with credentials experience. A lot of people back then, even now in modern day, say that the case that happened with these two women, Charlotte and Eleanor, is believed to be the truth because both of these women were like high and within the academic field. They weren't like some like, bus driver or anything, doing manual labor. They were actual academics with credentials on the line. So for example, like Charlotte Ann Moberly, she was actually acting principal of St. Hugh's College in Oxford. And then Eleanor Jourdain was the vice principal of medieval French literature scholar. These were not like thrill-seeking people or mystics trying to get something or trying to get a publicity stunt. They were just like academics and people who just was taking a trip one day. And this is what kind of like, gives this whole story a lot of like meat to it, a lot of truth behind it, at least to the general public. Because these women weren't, like I said, they had some status behind them. And going around and telling people that you fell through a time slip or whatever is not going to do you any favors.
Right.
So yeah, these were like very like intelligent women from an academic background, who had a lot to lose if they came out with this.
And nothing to gain from that, right?
And nothing to gain. In fact, I think from my understanding, from what I was reading about them as well too, is like it took them like a decade for them to actually come forward about this because they was scared, like, oh my God, like I'm not trying to lose all the stuff I worked my entire life for off of this one moment that we believe is true, but who's gonna believe a story that we fell through time?
Especially in 1901, because that's when it happened, right?
Yeah, it's 1901. Like nowadays, like we got machines and stuff that could kind of like make it more plausible of a story. But back then, there weren't no machines on that level, as far as we know. At least as far as human engineering is, there were no time machines back then or anything like that. So this sounds like maybe like a natural rip in time. Like,
right.
So it's like,
yeah, the word of mouth, it doesn't carry that much weight.
No, it doesn't.
Unless you write it in a book.
Yes, and
ask the Bible.
Right? It lives forever, man.
Yeah.
It'll be around for at least for a very long time.
Heavy, yeah. That shit carries a lot of weight, dude.
And then so okay, so what they claimed what happened was that with Charlotte and Eleanor, so they went on this trip out there, and as they was like wandering through like this garden area, both women reported a sudden and shared shift in like their entire surroundings, in the world around them. The atmosphere had changed. The air felt heavy, unnaturally still. Colors seemed muted, flat, almost stage-like. Like they was like on a play stage. Like nothing just felt like real. And a feeling of unease set in simultaneously. It says, also, too, the people in the area had changed. They encountered individuals dressed in the late 18th century clothing, men wearing long gray-green coats and tricorn hats. Damn. A woman sketching on the lawn of an old-fashioned, in an old-fashioned dress. And servants whose mannerisms felt wrong for 1901. Now, what I was trying to understand, and I guess like because like say like if we would even travel back, say it's 2025, man, if we go back to like even say 1990, drastic difference of culture
the
and
bell
like,
bottom jeans.
Yeah, I was thinking like those 2000s with the Janko jeans, like the
the Janko.
People walk through puddles with them and shit. But yeah, like but so it was like so like they noticed immediately like, hey, these servants are talking like they kind of this ain't 1901 language, so this is very different. And also too, like when they would talk to these like these people in this timeline, they encounter individuals. They none of these people actually like address them when they spoke in modern speech, or like how their behavior was with Charlotte and Eleanor. The people of this timeline didn't even address the fact that they were different. But of course, they noticed that everybody else was different. They kind of like tip top terry and kept on moving on with their lives, even though they didn't look like that they was from that time, they didn't talk like they was from that time, and they didn't act like they was from that time, but they were treated as if they were from that time. That makes sense. Another thing that happened too was like the architecture in the area had changed. Paths and bridges appeared that did not exist in 1901. Certain landmarks were missing that should have been there. buildings appeared that were later confirmed to be pre-revolutionary maps. Like, so just structures that was on a map. Because like I said, this isn't France, so they already had like in a year of like what do they say, like they went back to the 18th century. This is like pre-French Revolutionary War, so all this stuff and everything like that still has like that era of look to it, and so does the buildings, and like I said too, like the buildings appear were that were later confirmed to match pre-revolutionary maps. Now the reason why I like says that I'm saying that right now too is that these women, after they experience this, they go into heavy research into trying to cover what they just experienced. I'm talking about if they threw money into this project that they both put together to find out, hey, these buildings we saw, they want pulling up blueprints and everything of the entire area they went through. And some of the buildings that they saw within their time slip matched the blueprints of that they eventually wound up coming across later on after the events. So these, but even though if you look at like, I guess at like in 1901, like blueprints of that area, those buildings didn't exist, but pre-revolutionary French Revolutionary War maps did show those buildings exist. If that makes sense. So they did exist.
Interesting.
Yeah, so but this is something that these women wound finding out later on when they was doing research, and they was like, hey, we got, and like I said, these are academics. These ain't like no dumb women. So they actually like, hey, we know how to do our research. Let's put something together. They want to put a project together that actually like was able to get all the blueprints of the entire area, and it was like, oh my God, this building that we saw that was right there exists on this map, but it don't exist on modern maps because it's a different era now. So that's something they want up coming across later on too.
So did they realize that they went into like a time gap, like they jumped time?
Yes.
Like they probably traveled to the future.
I think they immediately realized that they went back in time to French Revolutionary era. Well, for one, they're academics, and they seem like they're kind of like, what was their background again? I forgot already. So yeah, like Eleanor Jourdain, she was like a vice principal medieval French literature scholar. And so I'm assuming she probably has like extensive knowledge on just French culture anyways, or just what happened. And so I'm pretty sure that like their academic skills was what helped like them to build up a case to, hey, this really happened and we need to bring evidence forward that this is what we saw, because nobody's gonna just take our word for it. So that was another thing that helped out their case a lot. They was able to get blueprints that matched like, hey, there's a building that used to be right here that we saw and we got blueprints, and now no, it shows that this building was here. So it kind of matched up with their stories.
Yeah, so they remember all that during their travels.
And it was only that, it's like from like a short amount of time, but I guess like since they're academics and they're scholars and all that, like one lady's a scholar, they probably are like very like they probably knew immediately. They probably knew immediately.
Thanks for the follow.
Oh, appreciate it. They probably knew immediately that they weren't even in 1901 anymore. They was like, oh, this architecture, the style of clothing, these people that dress, this is like, oh my God, hey sis, are we in the 18th century? What the hell going on here? Like everybody walking different, talking different. But another thing that they did notice too, that
but yeah,
you're right, twin, where we at, girl?
Where
we traveling through time.
Girl,
twins stuck in time.
What?
Right. Twins stuck in time.
Hot wings.
And it says, oh, so there was all right, so I was like, so remember I mentioned before that they came across a woman that was like, and like, she was like sketching like a photo. I was not a photo, but sketching a picture in a lawn in an old fashioned dress. So this woman, when they actually realized this, Charlotte and Eleanor, they referred to the woman as the woman in white. So what had happened was like Charlotte Moberly, with the woman in white, they became convinced that the woman sketching like in the front lawn was Marie Antoinette, seen shortly before the French Revolutionary War. Now, for all you history buffs out there, and I might be wrong about some of this, but I'm gonna try. I think I'm pretty close to the right answer to this. But Marie Antoinette was Queen of France during the French Revolutionary War. She basically funny story is, what America's kind of doing right now is why the French Revolutionary War even happened in the first place. A lot of like money was being funneled to the top, and Marie Antoinette was all like, I guess she had like a famous quote when I guess they asked her like, you know, what are you guys gonna do with the poor people that's suffering out there, because all the money's going to the top. And I guess she said like an infamous quote that she said like, you know, let them eat cake. That's like a famous Marie Antoinette. But eventually, when the French Revolutionary War popped off and it ended, Marie Antoinette's ass was hung. They got her ass for fucking over all the people. But the last thing that she did did before she wound up dying, though, is that while she was walking on the stage to get ready to get executed, she stepped on the executioner's foot.
Damn.
That was about to execute her, and she apologized. And I remember hearing this back in school. That's the one thing I always remembered. She stepped on the executioner's foot and she apologized for it, and then they just went and like hung her after that. And then now I think they used to guillotine her ass. Actually, they didn't even hang her; they just guillotined her ass, and that was it. And then so she was like a major part of the French Revolutionary War, and because she's like a huge part of the culture of the French culture, these women immediately knew who she was. Like after the fact, they thought about it, like, oh my God, did we just see Marie Antoinette? That was back before all the French Revolutionary War even happened. And so neither woman realized the significance of their experience immediately. Only later, after independently writing down their memories, did they realize how closely their accounts were aligned. And so after the whole situation happened and whatnot, nearly a decade, Morberly and Jourdain researched old maps of Versailles, estate renovations, clothing descriptions, and staff layouts before 1789. They became convinced they had somehow slipped into circa 1789, just years before the French Revolution. And it says that in 1911, they published their findings anonymously under the pseudonyms Elizabeth Morrison and Francis Lamont in the book titled An Adventure. Kind of a lazy name, I'll admit. I'd have called like The Adventures of Tom with Twin. I would have went all in. If you're gonna go, man.
1900s, right?
Yeah, so it was 1911.
Yeah.
They dropped the book.
You're not that creative back then, huh?
Yeah, but you know what? The book was actually a huge sensation, man. It blew up, man. And there was a lot of controversy behind it. Of course, like people tore the book apart, saying like both women were like, they went on this walk with each other and maybe they would get exhausted. Yeah, and then they said like there's like because of course some of the experts came out like people was trying to derail their whole story, saying like, they're women and they were exhausted, maybe they was like overheated, and then they was like disoriented, and they said like one may have influenced the other after the fact, which I could kind of see from that perspective. Like, okay, 10 years later, maybe they was like, hey, we went to this place, we did all the research and stuff. How about we say we slipped through time and maybe trying to get a quick cash grab? But I don't really buy it because they use pseudonyms. They try to really hide they try to hide who they were when they put these books out. So I don't really buy that there was at least that's what some people are saying. Like maybe they trying to go for like some kind of fame or whatever.
So like as like a skeptical, like what do you think happened?
Shit, it was walking back then. This is off the top of the dome now. Back then, I think a lot of people used drugs back then, back in the day.
Right.
Just doing coke like on a random, like coke was like coke, opioids, all that shit. That was like normal everyday stuff.
But I was thinking like it could be like a shared hallucination.
Could be.
But that's crazy. Like
they both tripped out with each other and went through time.
Yeah, and you saw the same shit.
And the blueprints matches what y'all saw.
And y'all want to write a book?
Yeah, right. You want to write a whole book called The Adventure?
I mean, like, shit. I believe it. I believe their story. I believe they went through all that shit. I believe they saw all that.
Yeah, I believe it because they went through pseudonyms and they dug really hard for this.
Yeah.
They whipped out blueprints for this, and like we got like when you like, I feel like that's truly a testament of when something really did happen to somebody and they go out of their way to like, I gotta dig research and figure out how long this has been an area, check out any stories or accounts, everything. Now
they're trying to prove it to themselves.
Yes, make sure they ain't losing their mind because they got credentials on the line, man. They got credentials on the line. They established women.
Like, am I really going crazy? Let's try to piece this shit together. Like, let's start drawing out like whatever we saw,
Right. And imagine like back then too, you came out saying like, we felt me and my friend, we fell through time. Man, they're gonna burn you at the stake. You a witch. So maybe, chill out with that. I don't know, man.
Witch trial. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? I would have said shit.
Bob knows about that.
Oh,
you want me to tell you about one of Bob's dream?
Oh, yes.
She had a crazy ass dream. I don't know if she's in paralysis or she was dreaming, but she said she had a dream where a witch was casting a spell like on her foot, like casting a spell like where her foot was at. Mm-hmm. But she said she was casting spells on other people before it landed to her, and then the witch was like shabba yabba 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 shabba bong blah blah blah
and kaboom.
Right? And then I guess she woke up she told Jeremy, right, in real life, she's like, hey, Jeremy, somebody is casting it's like putting a curse on my foot. Jeremy was like, hey, I don't know what you're doing out there. I don't know what videos you're watching. I don't know what kind of stuff you're reading, but something is going on with you. Bob is like, okay, whatever. So she goes back to sleep, right? She goes back to sleep, and then the witch is in her face, screaming.
Right there.
In her face. Now, did I tell this story right, Bob? Because I know I kind of sold it, I kind of added a little bit more.
You left me on the cliffhanger. So what happened to Bob? Is she good? I mean, I know she's here right now, but
she good. She good, but
I know she's
all I know is that when I read the text, that shit was so funny. I don't know if I was at work or not, but I remember it was so funny because she was at my foot, and then I told Jeremy that, and then she was in my face. I was like, come on, man.
Come on.
I'm on the clock. I can't be laughing as much.
I gotta get back to work.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this? But that's crazy. And then when she was saying hey, was it, Jeremy's like, hey, what the hell you do? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you having these type of experience? Because I don't think that's normal. I don't think it's normal. Like, something's happening. Like, I think because okay, she work in a hospital, right? So she probably bring home a lot of spirits home.
And lingerers hanging on the back.
Yeah, once she clock out, beep, right? They claw on her back, not just one, maybe 5.
Jump on. Just all hanging on.
Then
let's go, boys.
Let's go. We're in a Honda. Let's go. Brrr, she's in the house. And then boom, she's in her bedroom. And then they all jump off her back. Like, damn. Okay, we
like, nice
here.
House. Nice couch.
Nice house. We gotta hang out here.
Oh, damn, they got a computer? Cool. They want to make themselves at home.
But yeah. That shit's crazy. I thought that was a crazy ass story.
It's pretty bonkers, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's bananas. You got anything else for that?
Bob says it's pronounced Versailles. Damn, my bad.
Yeah. Versailles or Versailles? It's Versailles.
Versailles. See, I got it wrong again. Dang.
Yeah. I heard how they pronounce it, but I was like, I'm going to let Chris cook right now.
Yeah, because I was just going off the top of how I read it. I didn't even watch any videos hearing the pronunciation. Sometimes I do, but I was so crunched for time today. I'm like, man, I'm going to just wing it. Hopefully it's right. Versailles. Sigh, like a sigh.
The spelling does look like how you pronounced it, like Versailles.
Yeah, Versailles. Damn Americans. Ugh.
Yeah.
Make me sick. Motherfuckers. Let's see what else I got.
Is it French or something? How do you pronounce that?
Who?
Is it French? What is it?
Oh, it's French, yes.
Oh, yeah. I was watching this new series on Apple TV. It's called Drops of God, where these people they can actually smell whatever is in the wine. They're experts. They put them in a blindfold. They could tell the exact wine and what year it's being made in.
Oh, this ain't no sci-fi. This is real life.
No, it's a TV series.
Oh, okay.
But it's on Apple TV.
Okay, damn, Apple.
It's deep. It's a multilingual series. You're reading everything from Japanese to French to English.
Oh, I'll keep it real. I like that. I like that.
Man, he puts a blindfold on, right? He smells it. He was like, oh, shove off, 1999. I was like, oh my God, he guessed the right wine, dude. Not just the right wine, but the year that it was produced. Yeah, and then they said something super deep. They're somebody who's really good at smelling the type of wine. They can distinguish a wine from a picket fence. From the wine being grown on from what side to what side.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, is that wine shit that deep? It's super deep.
Yeah, because my brother-in-law, he's a wine connoisseur. He's not an expert or anything like that, but I see when he picks wines. And me, I like to drink. It don't matter which wine go or what, but he likes to pair it with foods and stuff. Mm-hmm. He's like, man, this food right here opens up the palate. So when you drink the wine, I'm like, man, what kind of sci-fi?
Yeah.
There's a science to it.
Deep. It's super deep, dude.
That's like the most one of the most adult drinks. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
you don't get no more than an
bad.
adult than the wine.
I don't know if like that's an expensive hobby though. Like I would no thank you.
Yeah,
Like I understand it, like I get it, like you guys are like super deep in that shit. This is not
I know,
for like poor people.
yeah, I know.
I'm not
Like,
saying like we're poor, but come on, we're not gonna waste money on that.
like if you want some good shit, it's expensive,
Hmm.
man. It's
Yeah,
expensive,
and then
man.
us, we're not experienced enough to even, like we cannot even
Oh,
value that like for ourselves. Like it wouldn't even
yeah,
make sense for us.
and I've had some like I think I've had high end bottles before at restaurants, like at for like wine. But I've never been anything like outside of those type of environments. I've never been able to just buy it on all willy nilly type shit.
Yeah, because
But
we
I know
don't even
like
know what we're looking for.
nah, but I know like Melissa like she has like a subscription with Cooper's Hawk, and she gets like a subscription of wine deliveries, and she has every time we go to Indiana, we go pick up at a Cooper's Hawk out there, and we just tried all these different wines, man. It's just a subscription, but we go out there like every like 3, 4, maybe 5 months. So every time we got there, there's like boxes of wine waiting for us, and we can bring
Damn,
it back
that's cool.
home. Yeah, so I mean, it's cool, man.
A
I mean, I like it.
Sauvignon and Blanc.
Yeah, force on phone.
1999.
Man, what's up with Apple, man? Apple be dropping some bangers,
Dude,
bro. Like,
here's the
like
thing with
the
Apple, right? I think a lot of people sleeping on Apple. Like they have like not as much series as like Netflix, but every single series on there is so well made, dude.
every single one I've watched so far has
Almost
been
every single
a
one. Yeah.
banger,
It's
bro.
like they're all bangers. Like it's all like holy shit, like
You can see the
really
money in
high
it.
quality.
Yeah, you can see the money in it in every aspect, from like how it looks, how it's written. They put money into these shows.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember
It's
when,
not like
because
no. Yep, go ahead.
Apple TV for like years, I was like, oh man, this is like another corporate thing trying to catch up to the streaming service game. But then I think I watched Ted Lasso and I was like, damn, I like this show almost too much. And
Right.
then I watched Shrinking and I was like, holy fuck, this show was good.
Yep.
And then I watched Pluribus. I was like, oh my God. And I'm about to watch Severance next. That's another one I got on my list. Uh,
Oh, I just
so I'm
finished
going to
that.
watch that. Yeah, I heard that was good. So I'm like,
It's
man,
really good. Like,
I heard it was really good. I'm kind of excited to watch it,
dude,
man. So
Severance.
Apple TV.
God damn, how you write that?
See,
I
like they
swear
got
to
these.
God, AI did not write that.
And see, and I remember you told me that before about Pluribus, and after I got done with, I binge watched Pluribus, got to the end of it, I was like, this might be one of the best shows I've watched in 2025 in a
Damn,
year. I
don't
mean,
tell Apple that.
2026.
Yep.
In 2026, and the year just started, man. So I was like, this is Apple
The
fucking
thing with
shock. I'm
Pluribus, like, it's so refreshing, dude. Like that,
new,
how they
man.
filmed, like the whole style of everything, the whole everything. I was like, holy shit!
Not based
I was like, AI cannot write something like this.
at all,
Like
man. It is
it's
not
like
based off
simple,
a
but
book.
on top of that, you could tell it was a human behind it that created this. You can
Yeah,
feel
well,
that shit. Like it was written by a person. It wasn't written by a
well,
machine.
and the reason why I say this too about Pluribus too. Also, I'm done with my topic. We can whatever. We done with that one now.
Right,
But
right.
we're on Pluribus shit right now. The reason why I say Pluribus, I truly do believe that it was not written by AI. It's impossible because there was something I realized at the end of the series. And spoiler alert for anybody who didn't see Pluribus. That woman that who's like the liaison between
Carol?
was that like not the chick that was like dumping the bodies out and they cleaned her up and they cut her hair and stuff, and then she became like the go between the aliens or whatever and then the main character female. By the end of the show, I was like, oh, they purposely designed her to like look that way to kind of appeal to her to get her to join them.
Right.
And I
That's
was
the
like,
whole goal. Yeah.
ain't no way no AI thought of that shit. Because that was like
Damn.
a long drag out, but it was like
Don't
it
listen to
pays
this,
off.
Bob, if you're trying to watch it.
Please, Bob. Look. I actually know who wants to watch the show with me. Melissa, and she loved the show. She didn't. The first episode, it was kind of like a slow drag, but I think by
The
episode
first
3, she
episode
came
sucked
in.
me in. I was like,
I was sold. I was sold.
sign
in.
me up for another
I
3 months,
was
please.
Man, I was sold on the first episode. And I think Melissa didn't pay attention. See, I don't think she didn't have the patience for the first episode because it was kind of a drag, and the second one you kind of wait for. But she showed up like one day while I was watching the third episode. I had just started it, and she was like, oh, she was like, is this a show you was watching before about the aliens taking over, whatever? And I told Melissa, yeah. So she started watching it with me, and then she watched it to the end with me. She was hooked. We binge watched it. So
Yeah,
big brain.
like it's crazy because like I made the post like on my threads, right? And my threads it blew up about the Pluribus show, right? Dude,
Yeah.
even the official Apple account commented on my post.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought that shit was crazy.
that's awesome,
Yeah,
man. Yo.
they even comment. And then everybody, like more people like their shit than my shit. I mean, because it is Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that was cool.
That's dope, man. Hey, look, corporations, whatever, they're gonna do what they're gonna do to take over and do monopoly shit. But if you put out a good product like this, I mean, good shows like this, I mean, maybe
Yeah,
you do deserve
it's
a service.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's good.
That show
I've
is
been
so
wanting
weird. It's like what's gonna happen next? Like I don't understand what's really happening. Like the whole hive mind. I don't want to say too much.
Man. Yeah, what? Oh, no, another thing I liked about the show too, and I saw somebody else mention this too about Pluribus, and because they compared it to Stranger Things, and it's about how they treated. Well, like, not so much as far as like story or characters, anything like that. There was like a certain situation that was handled in Stranger Things and in Pluribus, and I guess it's like with the coming out of like with Will, the character, one of the main characters, Will, coming out as
gay
gay,
guy.
whatever. Yeah, and a lot of people kind of took it as like, okay, this was like disingenuous, and this is like unrealistic, and it's kind of like. Ugh, like it's kind of like really this is a very weird situation to like, and I understand like I don't understand. I mean, I get what they was doing with the arc of the character, and I understand why people had grievances with that. Where I saw somebody else mention like with Pluribus was like with the main character, you don't even know she's gay outright at all until you kind of like put the dots together. But it's not like she's gay, and it's like her personality trait is like. She's just a person, and she just happens to be married to a woman, and this is her story. And there's never like any kind of like show of it or anything. And I kind of like when shows do that because that's truly normalization. When you just let it flow, when you don't draw attention to it,
That's
I feel like it's like it's more natural because I mean it feels like when you do it any other way, it's I don't know, you're trying to like get a group of people on your side or something, or I don't know what.
I didn't like how Netflix. I mean, not Netflix, but I didn't like how Stranger Things did that shit.
Yeah, it was kind of. I thought it was kind of. I was weird to watch it.
I was like, we could have finished the whole series out like without even adding that, and Vecna was still been,
I had a person come out to me as gay one time, many years ago. I'm telling you, it ain't a group of people in the room. It was me and that one person, and we were drinking and drunk, and there was no one else was around. It was like an opportunity. I was like not surprised, and I felt honored. I ain't gonna lie, I felt honored as shit. I was like, man, this is like. Bro, like this is like you telling me your secret identity. This is like Batman telling me they Bruce Wayne shit. Like this is incredible. And I felt like it was brave of them to do so. And I was the first person to know. Like they like I think other people may have known.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think other people have known too that that's the life that they preferred. And I think out of all of them, I was the one that was like the least like, hey, they're probably gonna be like the least judgmental, maybe the most understanding, which I was. I was just kind of like, holy shit, man, I'm honored. I'm like, I'm sorry you're crying. I know this is a lot, but yeah, you have to forgive me. I'm like honored right now. This is
dude, that's cool, man. That shows like a lot on your character. Like,
yeah,
people feel like that comfortable, like where they're like, all right, if I'm gay, I'm gonna first person I'm gonna tell is Chris because I think Chris is gonna be the most understanding.
He's not gonna judge me, and I was like, I was felt honored by that, man. I to this day, I was kind of like, man, let me think on. I'm like, yeah, like keep that up, Chris. Keep being that person that they saw in you. Because the world needs.
I'm gonna go to you, Chris. Hey, Chris, we got talk.
I got crabs.
We got talk. Settle down.
Yeah, are you sitting down?
Are you sitting down? Are you good? Are you comfortable? I gotta tell you something. But yeah, you give off that energy where I can just sit down. I can just tell you whatever is bothering me. I'll just tell it to you. And I think I've done that a few times. Like after the podcast was over, I was like, oh shit, I still got Chris on the line. Let me just talk to Chris. And we went through this plenty of times.
Yeah, man. Like, cause I always feel like just the conversations I have with one-on-one person, it's always gonna stay between us because for one, I don't get any benefits of telling anyone else.
Right.
And two, I think it's like a breach of trust, man. It's kind of like if you wanted to tell the people that was around me, then you would have told them, I guess. But and I always like, I always try to respect the conversations that I have with other people.
Like a doctor.
As long as, I guess
you got that doctor vibe where I was like, okay, like That shit is like, whatever I tell you, like it's gonna be stuck on you, you know?
Yeah, and also too, I think another thing that helps it out too. I have very bad memory. That's another, like after I hear like a situation, whatever, it sticks with me and I never forget it. But then when I move on to the next room, I leave that situation behind. I'm like, okay, that's kind of like it's not sitting on me, and then I feel like I gotta need to tell somebody. It's kind of like that's between us. It's self-contained. It's like a virtual machine, if you will. It's just its own separate thing. It ain't got nothing to do with anything else. It kind of just, I'll get back to it later when we address it again or whatever. We want to pick up on it again. But yeah, man, no, everybody, I don't know. I'm a very private person, even with other people's shit. I was like, hey, so-and-so okay? I don't know, ask them. I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah, dude, you're the one we go to when we gotta talk to you about some stuff that we don't want to talk about with nobody else. Hey, yo, Chris, you got time?
Let's get it.
Yeah, but I try to catch you like on the time, like we're already talking. So I was like, all right, because I don't want to bother you on your real personal time. I was like, I'm gonna just catch you after the podcast.
Yeah, I like those
Put
talks,
him
man.
against the wall, you know, because we would have
Hey,
talks.
you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we would have talks like after the podcast. Like it could be like over an hour.
Man, we've gone for a minute, and Melissa came like texting me like, "Are you okay, babe?" I'm like, "Oh, we're fine." I was like, "He didn't kill me. Like, he didn't shoot me through the camera."
Dude, I appreciate that so much, man. Like,
oh man, anytime, man.
yeah.
Anytime.
Sometimes you just gotta talk to somebody. Yeah.
Man,
Who else?
look, even as much as I like being isolated from people, like 'cause I love COVID, but I love when that world shut down. Nobody was on the road. I loved it. At the same time, though, I'm still a creature of like social. Like I still got social needs. But sometimes, it helps to talk to somebody.
Yeah, it's good. Like you're really good at talking, dude. Like that's like your thing.
I
Like,
grew up around women.
Like if anything, like even if this podcast ends, like I think you can start up your own shit, like with radio or podcast, easily.
Do one. If I ever do another one, and I remember I bounced around the idea for years of wanting to do like a political podcast and do this podcast.
It probably would be big.
But it's so hard to do two. It's hard to do one podcast. So I was like, ain't no way hell I'm gonna do two. Like I'm not even trying to entertain it. But if I did though, I did think of an idea that I was gonna call the podcast Shellshock if I would ever do one in the future.
Whoa,
like a political podcast, call it Shellshock. I thought about it the other day.
Damn.
But that'd be a while though before.
Let the lights blink. Let the light blinks right now.
All right.
Oh, you.
He
Like,
said
I don't want
yes.
to shut your whole production down. Let it
But
run.
I've always wanted to do a political podcast, or at least some kind of like radio resistance podcast. This country getting fucking crazy. I feel like there needs to be like boots on the ground. Like, hey guys, I'm not out there on the field, but I'm grabbing information out on the field, and this is what's going down in America, and keep people posted. Because I was like, I went from being like a huge conspiracy theorist to like. It's now just a conspiracy. It's just a theorist sitting there like this shit is real.
It all came
I thought about that. If I do like a podcast in the future, I would name it Shellshock. I thought about it the other day, just randomly.
All right, gotta take a leak. When we come back, we're gonna jump on the next topic. All right, and we are back for the next topic of the night. We're gonna be talking about what I've been seeing recently on social media. There's a lot of people saying that there's gonna be no gravity for 7 seconds in August 12th, 2026. And it said this is from a NASA document claim. Have you heard about this?
This is a new one. No, this is a new. I was expecting like I thought he was gonna say like media hitting us again or something. This is a brand new one. This is actually probably more horrifying.
This one to me is so hard for me to believe this one. But then like there was like thoughts that I had way long before I even saw these articles where I was like, damn, like what if gravity just shut off and you're outside? Like where do you actually go?
Man, in the
Like,
air.
do you fall into space? Like what? What happens?
I don't know about. I have no idea, to be honest. I mean, like you probably die before you get to space. You probably lose lack of oxygen, and then you pass out. Next thing you know, you just drift into space. But if gravity is what pulls things into the Earth, how does shit get off? So are we like stuck somewhere in the middle? Like we'll be in the clouds, but like,
it's like
in space?
Is there like a
How's that
switch? Like you just switch it off? Like I don't think it works like that.
I watched a video many years ago on, I think it was History Channel or some kind of science channel, but it talked about what would happen if Earth's rotation stopped. And it's, man, one of the most horrifying things. Oh my God. It kept me up at night for the past couple of days when I first saw it. They said like if the world would stop rotating right now, everything would go slamming into something at 1,000 miles per hour. The oceans would shift, land masses would move. All life on land would be smashing into a wall or something at thousands of miles per hour because the Earth is just basically slamming the brakes, and we're kind of like, we're moving at these thousands of miles per hour. Once the Earth stops, what does it say? Like, an object in motion stays in motion. We're gonna be slamming into shit. Shit's gonna be hitting us. It will just wipe out everybody. Bob, don't start. Yes, we are rotating.
Bob says, so when you fall, you won't hurt so much. And then she says, we're not rotating.
We are. They've studied this. And if it stops, we're dead. It's horrifying. We're all going to smash into each other.
According to chat, we're not rotating. So, okay. So let's say like we're not rotating, right?
Yeah.
And then you look above us, like, okay, so how is like the moon and stars or whatever is moving around us? That means the sky is like turning around.
But we're turning. We're turning. The planet itself is turning.
Yeah, I think I drank too many beers. I cannot even argue it. I can't do
this. So that's why like the shit moves because we're moving, because we're moving around it. But I don't know. I saw a diagram one time of what it looks like in space, and it's like you see the sun and you see all the planets, and then what it looks like. If the Milky Way galaxy, or at least actually not a Milky Way galaxy, if our solar system, which I think is called Sol, S-O-L, that's the name of like our solar system, and I think in Greek or something, the sun would be like the engine, and the different parts where it gets to be the planets. But basically, wherever the sun is actually being pulled, and the planets are being pulled with the sun because the sun's gravitational pull. Now, there's a theory, and they're noticing this about space too, that other suns are being pulled in one direction, and it's like everything's kind of being pulled with the sun, as the sun is being pulled to one location. Some people think at the very center of the universe is a black hole, and we're all being pulled into this one direction to eventually like fucking collide or something like. Something insane. I don't know.
So we're being pulled the whole time by this black hole?
Yeah, and we'll be like, our sun is being pulled by a black hole into like that's the theory. That's just a theory now. This is not proven because no one's ever been this far.
A theory too? Or that's real?
Because that's actually evidence that is like it's turning. Seasons happen. The planet tilts and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. That's why we have winter, fall, autumn, summer.
Makes sense.
Equinox, because the planet's leaning this way, close to the sun, all this other type of shit, like harvest moons.
What if it's flat and it's like leaning this way and that way?
Oh, like a little
right,
like a wobbly table.
Equinox.
Bloop. Yeah, okay, but if it's like flat and it's just kind of like it turns, kind of like, but it's like, but it turns. It's not like a record player. Kind of like when it turns, it kind of like tilts in its turns, and maybe the sun hits it there and gets seasons. Maybe. True. Either way, it rotates, so I understand it. And I hope so. We're being like, and the sun is being pulled along with it. And then so if this world would stop spinning, it would mean the end of humanity. It would be awful. So God, that's awful.
Okay, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, no gravity for 7 seconds. Yeah. All right, so here's what's going on. Like with the claim about NASA saying that there would be no gravity for 7 seconds on a specific date in August in 2026. Here's the short version, and I looked through everything. Here's the short version. It's no. Like NASA has not said Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds on any date in August of 2026. The claims is a viral internet rumor, not a real scientific forecast of NASA announcements. So all the stuff you're seeing on social media about people saying, hey, NASA said in this leaked document that the Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds. That's not true. NASA never even said that shit.
Damn, so somebody just online made it up.
It's all made up, dude. And come on, like, what? Like, how could he even predict, like, Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds in August on whatever date?
Right. Not that I'm saying like
unless it's
I don't
like
think
a controller, like the real controller behind all this shit.
Right. Because I'm not saying it's like this is impossible. I'm just thinking like when the hell would you know? Like when would?
Like, how did you know that? Like somebody told you that?
Like this isn't like a weather pattern. This is literally like, gravity is like one of like the 4 essential elements of space. So it's like one of the most biggest things of space is like gravity. Man, turning it off would be disastrous. I think I mean,
yeah.
Who the hell would you even? How would you even know?
Yeah, it's like your coworker telling you that. hey, in
It's
August
going
we're
August
gonna
12th.
shut off gravity. And I'm like, for how long? How long, big dog? For 7 seconds. I'm like, oh my god, 7 seconds. You know how
That would feel like a
destructive
lifetime.
that would be? 7 seconds, dude. 7 seconds,
That
like
would be a lot.
1, 2, 3. We're all floating already. 4, 5, everything. Cars already in the sky. 6, 7, boom. Like, dude, everybody's in the
And it
sky
drops
already.
everything,
Yeah.
and it just drops everything. Oh man.
7 seconds? That's
It wouldn't even be like people. It would be like animals. It would be like
everything,
what,
dude.
water? Would it be like water? What the fuck? Water would get pulled up?
Everything.
The ocean?
Yeah. So I
7
was
seconds
like,
of the
all
ocean.
right. I was like, August 12th, 2026. I'm gonna stay in house the whole day. So when gravity, doesn't exist no more, I'm just gonna be in my ceiling
When the shit pops off.
saying, hello, ceiling fan. 3 more seconds and I'm gonna leave you alone. 3 seconds, gadoosh.
Land on the
Right?
couch.
Because I would think like even like with gravity being gone, right? The house being stuck on the foundation, it's not gonna float away. But if you're outside, walking on the streets, if you're driving in your car, guess what? 7 seconds, you're not gonna be on the ground.
Imagine if you like out.
You're gonna kiss the heavens on the cheek.
Imagine if you outside like at a park with your baby in the carriage, and then you and your baby start floating up in the carriage, and it's like, what are you gonna do with the baby? Like, hold on to the baby and then brace it
That's
for
my
impact.
baby.
My baby, no, baby just drifting off.
Yeah, it's funny now, but yeah,
Yeah.
NASA never said nothing like this. That's why like this shit is like it's one big
Human
rumor.
hoax.
Yeah, on social media. So
Yeah,
what
like
the
a
claim says. So a social media post circulating online claims that on August 12th, 2026, Earth will lose gravity for about 7 seconds. It alleges that this information comes from a leaked NASA document about a secret program called Project Anchor with a huge budget. Have you ever heard of Project Anchor?
No, but it sounds legit. It sounds pretty legit.
So a lot of this, like they're saying, reality check. This is misinformation. NASA has explicitly said that Earth would not lose gravity on that date. Gravity depends on Earth mass, and there is no mechanism that could just shut off, gravity temporarily. Because it depends on the whole Earth mass as a whole.
Yeah, it's
It
everything.
doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
You cannot shut it down.
No.
Searches of
God.
news, scientific sources, and NASA-owned communication shows no credible evidence that a Project Anchor document even exists. Like period, or like whatever it was a leak. It was like a fake leak document, which is what this article is talking about.
Not even legit.
Scientists consider the story a hoax, conspiracy theory spread through social media. But like, who knows, man? This could be like a cover up on top of a cover up, because like what I've known, like when something real comes out on the internet, right? Like something legit real where people's like, oh shit, this could be real. You know what happens? The people that are afraid, like where that shit get leaks out, you know what happens?
You know what?
They leak a whole bunch of other stuff out. Like other stuff that could be fake or real, but they could, like for example, Freemasons, right? They got a special handshake, right?
All right.
So when somebody else learned that special handshake because somebody used to be in the group, they leaked out the handshake, and then they put the handshake out on the internet, like, oh, this is a special handshake for the Freemasons.
Right.
And it's like a legit handshake. You know what happens? The
Change the
people
handshake?
in the Freemasons, right? They release a whole bunch of other free handshakes
To throw off the scent.
to throw off everything. Like they release a whole bunch of other shit. Whole bunch of
Right,
handshakes.
right,
Like, oh shit, what's the real handshake? But at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter about the handshake. The whole Freemason shit, like, it doesn't matter if you learn a handshake or whatever. It's like you're getting like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, right? They give you like a free black belt in jiu-jitsu. But
Right.
could you use that shit in theory? Like, could you battle somebody that knows jiu-jitsu?
I mean, in theory, yeah.
No, you get your ass
Yeah,
served because all
yeah,
they
but
gave
you're
you
not
was
gonna
that.
win.
They all they gave you
Yeah,
was that belt, right?
yeah, right. You're not gonna win, but
Yeah,
in theory,
they
yeah, you
just
can
gave you
fight
that
'em.
belt. It's the same thing like a handshake. Like you got the handshake for the Freemasons, right? Like, oh, you think
Right,
you're in the Freemason, but you're not actually in the Freemason because you didn't went through the
right,
gauntlet. You didn't
right,
go through
right.
whatever they went through.
Gotta take this up your butt.
Right. It's
Like,
the same thing like like somebody just giving you a black belt, but you're not a black belt because you get your ass owned. Like in real
somebody
life.
just handed it to you.
Yeah. So like that's what I was thinking. Like if something ever came out like on the internet where something was true about something that's going on, they would release a whole bunch of other shit that's similar to the story that makes it look kind of real. So then
Mm,
nobody know which one is real anymore.
right, right. Makes sense. It's kind of like, hey, like this to cover up this cover up. Let's just throw out more shit to like, okay, to kind of like discredit the first shit that came out. Like this is ruin the
Yeah, like
reputation
they
of the
throw
first
all the
one.
other shit out to where they're like, all right, they don't know which one is the real one now.
Let's muddy the waters. Now they're gonna be arguing with each other over like what was the real one and what wasn't, and then we get away scot free. You gotta, man.
Yeah. Okay, so what's actually happening that exact time when 2026 in August? Here's what's happening in the skies. So there's a widely predicted total solar eclipse that's going to be visible on August 12th, 2026, which is this is a real astronomical event that's going to happen on 2026 August 12th. And I think this is where people they're pulling that okay, there's going to be no gravity on Earth for 7 seconds. But the only thing that's going to happen is a solar eclipse on that day. And that's facts. The solar eclipse is facts. But the whole gravity stuff,
So people are taking a real world situation and trying to add a hoax to it. Like something is
well,
gonna happen. It ain't gonna be gravity.
somebody put that shit in the mix because I don't know. They said they came in contact with like leaked documents with NASA saying on the August 12th, 2026 that there's gonna be no gravity for 7 seconds,
Mm,
and this was like a leaked document,
damn.
but official record saying that NASA said none of that ever happened. But I don't know. NASA could be lying too.
Hmm.
I mean, but we'll see because there's like a lot of shit that people say stuff that's gonna happen and
A
nothing
lot.
ever really happens, right?
Prophet Yahweh was my first experience. Like we
We
learned
were
that early.
waiting, like we're Prophet
We were
Yahweh.
waiting.
Yeah,
It was like 20 some years ago now. We just wait for that motherfucker.
we're gonna bring the UFOs down. And I was like,
He's gonna
Prophet
scrub
Yahweh,
it
let's
down.
go. Then when it's time to like perform,
And show up. No show.
it was like, get your ass out of here. Like you're trying to use this for clout.
You're not even the real one. See, you got us the first time. Like, we thought you was the other guy.
We're not even gonna show up now.
No call, no show.
Damn.
Yeah, we'll see though. August 12th, man. Shit, I'm waiting for this. There's somebody come up to your job like, hey man, like, what you doing August 12th? Well, now see about going out of town. Hey, cancel that shit. Yo, gravity is off. Spread the word. And just walk away. Spread the word. Gravity is off.
I would
August 12th.
casually call off and just stay home.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Hey,
don't
wait,
believe
Cole.
this shit. Oh yeah, I'm calling off. I can't make it tonight.
Well, are you okay? You sick? Nah, man. You didn't hear gravity's gonna be off. Like, gravity is
Did I
off,
say
man.
that
Where you
out loud?
been?
No, yeah. I'm just not feeling well.
Got the gas. Got the gases. I'm gonna chill home. Hey. Also, just a heads up. Be careful out there, man. Keep your feet on the ground. Click and just hang up. gotta let them know.
Strap in.
Like, strap yourself in, man.
Strap in, big dog.
Tie yourself to something.
But yeah, that's all I got for that. So I was like, yeah, 7 seconds, no gravity.
Anti-gravity storm. That's
I
what's
wish
up,
that
buddy.
shit would happen like right now.
Please don't. I gotta take a
I
poop.
wish that shit would happen right now. Everybody clock out right now.
If I lose gravity right now in 7 seconds, it'd be just shit
Right
falling.
now.
I gotta go to the
And
bathroom. You know, just
then
like brown.
everybody on the streets gone.
Right. Oh man.
They're in
I'm
the
glad I'm
ozone
inside.
layer. Like, woof, they getting swiped
That'd
by
be crazy. Like,
rockets.
what if that happened, but the only people that survived were the people that were indoors on the entire globe? Anybody else outside
Yeah,
dies.
anybody that's indoor with like a strong structure, like where the house is not gonna fly away,
Or fly through glass, like through glass
right?
ceiling.
You're gonna be the only ones left, and it'd be like what, like 8 billion people, right?
8 billion.
So let's say like I don't know, 3 billion was out on the streets.
Shit.
Yeah, so it'd be like
Hey,
five
look,
billion people left.
look, that's like
Probably
Pluribus
less than
numbers,
5 billion. I will say 3 billion people that was actually
dude.
in type. Either they're at home or they're in like an office building.
Dude, that is like Pluribus numbers. It's
Yeah,
like
so it was like probably
5 million.
3 billion people that's still alive.
That's like over half the planet is dead.
Yeah,
That's like you just wiped
it's
out
cold.
75%.
Yeah. It got real cold.
All right, gotta start all over.
Yeah,
Yeah, good story.
yeah. That's all I got for that. What do you guys think about that? Like, you think we're gonna lose 7 seconds of gravity?
No, probably not. We're not that lucky. We're not that lucky. We're not that lucky to trim down the human race. We're
Yeah,
stuck with this shit. We have to learn how to trim the fat ourselves or something.
we'll be
Oh no.
dead before anything cool happens like that.
Oh, hey, honestly, I do not want to be around for that. I hope that's in a distant future.
Yeah, because
You
I don't want to make another
know,
episode. So like, damn man, we lost Chris too.
like damn, both Chris's day out there.
Dude, if you're gone, like man, it'll be one more episode and I'm done.
I thought about that a while ago too. Actually, this is not even recent, but I was like, damn, which one of us clocks out first? And we
Dude, I
going,
thought about
one
that
of us is
too.
going.
I didn't
I
want to
thought
talk
about
about
it
that, but I
before.
thought of that.
I have thought about that. Not that I've wished for. Obviously, I haven't wished, but I was like,
I was
damn,
like,
like we always talk about this otherworldly stuff, like, because that's how I feel like when my dad passed away. I'm like, damn, he's where all of humanity that's alive right now, that's alive, existing on this planet, is almost scared of going to, like, in a world where like science can't even comprehend where we go after this. No, nobody know anything. And I feel like when you have a close connection to somebody that passes on, you kind of like, man, they're on the other side now. Like they are there where
yeah.
everyone
Dude,
before us
it's
has been,
crazy. Like, especially
like the
like
ancestors.
like in the family, right? Like like there's only gonna be one person that attends all the funerals. And you just
They're
don't know
usually
who
like,
it is.
yeah, it's usually I know right now I think there's been about I've missed already plenty already. I know two people in my family I've seen them at the funerals that I've been at, and I've heard they've been in everybody's funeral. So yeah, it's about one or two couple people they show up.
Yeah. Cause like we got like 5 people in the family. So like
Mhm.
I don't even know who's gonna be the last one that actually attends all the funerals. But then the sad part is like that one last person, no
Gotta
one's
see it
gonna
all.
attend your funeral. That's the
Sure, somebody
saddest
will,
part.
man. No,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm sure somebody will. Like
Yeah, they will, but
if you have
like I'm talking about
kids,
like siblings.
yeah. As far as siblings,
Yeah,
yeah,
as
yeah,
far as like
yeah.
siblings, like that one last person, none of your siblings are gonna be at your funeral.
Yeah, I went to
And I
my
thought about that.
grand.
I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I went
That's
to
why I
my
was like,
grandma.
I'd rather die
Yes,
like first or second,
I think for me it's kind of like
run that
I'd
shit real
rather pass.
quick.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I've always been like, I kind of want to pass away first because I don't want to stick around for the grief. Like that's
Right,
the part.
right, right.
Like you stuck on this prison planet, surrounded by radiation. Like, damn it. But I know like my grandmother's funeral when I like back like 5 years ago when I went to her funeral, which was my dad's mom. At her funeral, none of her siblings were there because out of her 9 siblings, she was the last one, if I'm not
Damn.
mistaken. And so it was like, but see, it was a hell of a turnout. There was still a lot of people there, but it was like, man, the last one to leave was, if I'm not mistaken, I think my grandmother was the last out of her siblings. But you had like 8 or 9 siblings, and they all like passing like. And when you have families that big, you have siblings that pass around at like, especially back then, siblings that pass around at like childbirth, teenage years, and so by the time you get to reach adult years, that number is now like 6 or something like that, and then and you outlive the rest of the 6, and then it's just. I don't know. But then you have, like, my grandmother had like a bunch of kids, a bunch of grandkids. So it was a huge turnout. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like the last sibling, somebody's going to be the last.
Yeah. That's probably going to be like the heaviest one.
Yeah. I remember like in my dad's funeral, this priest was like, this preacher was like, when you pass away and people cry for your loss, that's a testament how many people loved you while you were here. It hurts for them, but man, it shows like, and I remember when you said at the funeral, at my dad's funeral, I was like, is this kind of like where you kind of like, okay, this is the moment where you crash in your karma scores throughout life when everybody feels your loss, and that kind of like accounts of where you go next, like. And if you got like a lot of people that grieved you because you were actually a decent person and you weren't out here causing no harm or being evil. Like, hey, like if you got enough karma points, you can move on to the next place. If not, you stuck in this motherfucker again. Like, yeah, do this shit again. Yeah. Learn the lessons again until you get it.
That shit is crazy, man. Because I think it doesn't end. Like that shit doesn't end. Like even after you die, here's what I saw. Like it still continues. Like you still gotta wait in line for something. Like it's still something's still happening. Like you're still a part of like some type of system. That's just the crazy part. It's like I saw them like waiting at like a DMV line. Like like they're past already, but they're still doing this. I was like, holy shit, you guys still gotta wait in line? I was like, that's what I took a step back and then I started laughing because I was like, holy shit.
Full order. Like
I was like, this shit doesn't end. Like there's still like, somebody still answers to somebody. Like it still keeps going. I was like, it doesn't end. And I haven't went that far into it, but it seems like it doesn't end, dude. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, I watched a TV show.
Bob says, "Don't go towards the light."
Don't go towards the light. I remember watching
a lot though. Like, what if like going towards the light would be like the end of all suffering, like for your soul? Like to where you won't repeat like this whole pattern again.
What if you don't go towards the light and then you fight it, and then when you come back to your body, you survive, but you're like Stephen Hawking's?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get reincarnated in my body. Yeah, ain't no way. Yeah, ain't no way.
Ain't no way,
you get reincarnated. That's repeating. Yeah, there's no soul recycle.
I believe. I've been Chris John. Sometimes part of me believes like if whatever the afterlife is what you believe. So if you believe it is a heaven and hell, that's what you're gonna get is a heaven and hell, right? I think that I'm always gonna be Chris Jones, and I will be Chris Jones in different timelines. Like and some weird. I feel like I always will be me. It's just in a different timeline, or maybe further down the timeline.
Yeah.
Like remember we saw like celebrities had like doppelgangers at one time, like Nicolas Cage and Jay-Z. Like what if that was actually them back then, and then they died and they come back again to rerun this damn like this planet, this level called Earth. They get pushed through it again, and then this time they're like a celebrity or something. Or you get different circumstances, but you're still the same.
It's so fun, like especially when you get cheat codes.
Right? Yeah, that's what's really fun. Yeah, but I always felt like I was like, man, watch, I'm gonna come back as Chris again. But it's gonna be like
you're always gonna be Chris. I think like your soul, like every time you come back, it's always gonna be you. Even like when you die here, and then when you go to the other side, I think it's gonna be you. It's you the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too. Like remember we thought about like them kids that were like, oh, I was a pilot in World War II, and they were like kids from like elementary school or something, or whatever the hell it was. Like their parents would bring their kids into like a psychiatrist or something. Like, hey, my kid is saying he was a pilot. He was a fighter pilot in World War II, and he was married, and had like he survived the war.
Right.
And then what is like, and like I said, the reason why I thought of, when we pass on, we just return where we came. We're just returning to where we came from in the first place. And then when you come back through, that residual, you still got residue. Some people will like come back. Most people come back as a clean slate, no memories. But some people come back with that residual, like that residue, the previous like still imprinted on their brain,
Right.
and it hasn't completely washed off. But as you get older, it kind of, your memory fades away, and you kind of fully fit into your new existence. But it's like you have memories of what you were before you got, like after you got recycled, and then you got put back into the mix again. You remember the process before all this,
Yeah.
and we probably done this shit like 100 times at this point.
Shit, maybe thousands of times we've done this,
Maybe
man.
thousands, man.
Because
Maybe
we get like
thousands.
weird ass deja vu's. Like, damn, I could have sworn like I already went through this already.
Right.
And you probably have like thousands of times. You went through the whole shit. Like, this one weird shit that happened to me where, like, I saw like this whole movie already, right? Like in, I guess, my past life. And then when I actually like watched the movie like in real life, and it did say like released 2024, right? But I was like, I saw this shit a few years ago, and I said everything about the whole storyline, the whole ending, and everything. And then person I was watching with, she was like, "Oh shit! Like, how do you know all this?" I was like, "I saw it already. Like, this is an old
Damn.
movie."
So
But
I've
it
been
wasn't an
there.
old movie. It just got released. But I saw it in my head. I saw the whole storyline of the whole movie, and I thought that was weird. I was like, did I did
I
like a
peek in?
little little time gap? I'm jumping
Saw
timelines. Something happened.
saw something.
I saw something.
Man, trippy, man. But
Yeah, Adjustment Bureau. If you guys haven't seen that movie, watch it. I think that shit is
oh
real.
yeah, I mean, we watched it a while ago. I liked it.
Yeah,
Legit,
that shit is so good, dude.
it is good.
I think the movie is trying to tell us something, man. Like that
least-
that shit really is written out like that.
Or at least put the idea in our head, like, hey, this is the script.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like no matter like what you do, right? You could chase every dream you want. But on December 2046, you're gonna clock out. So it doesn't matter nothing that you do like in that time frame. Like you're still gonna die on that same date. But you can
And
do
have a great
anything
time.
you want within that time frame. You could
Anything
jump out a
happen,
plane. You could jump in the water. Nothing's gonna kill you. You could do anything
Find
you
it.
ever wanted.
Yes, living to the limit.
Yeah,
Like,
you can do
man,
anything you want. Yeah, chase
would you-
whatever
what-
dream. Like do whatever.
Yeah, what would you do if you knew like there was like hey, this is the end date. This is the locked end date, December
Damn.
2026. Like nothing will kill you in this time frame, and this is your designated day when you gotta check out.
Dude.
I don't know what the fuck I would do. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know
maybe
either.
dangerous.
I never even
I
thought
think that
about
might
that.
be dangerous.
So
I think
I'm
that might
like,
be
imagine
dangerous.
if we're like thinking about it now, like, okay, what are we gonna do, right? And then our timeline, it gets shorter because like,
All
oh shit,
because
like,
we're going.
this
Yeah.
motherfucker think he's gonna do all his shit now, like with this short time frame. Like, okay, we're gonna short his life here on Earth.
Turn his dial down to like
Do, 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 do,
45.
do, do, do.
Since
Oh,
he wants to be
you
cute.
want to fight a lion? Okay.
Since he wants to be cute. Let's turn his dial down. Oh man.
Yeah,
But, I mean-
but like it doesn't like matter like what you do. Like it's still like the end. Like the end for you is always gonna be whatever that date is.
Yeah, that's what they say. Like, live your life like it's the last, man. Like
Yeah, I think that's like the whole idea.
just live.
Like for the day, right?
Yeah, man. For the moment.
There it is, guys.
There it is. The final message.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll catch you guys next week on Tuesday. Peace out. Adios.
See you guys.